Hello, happy Saturday. I wanted to take a moment and share what I am doing in terms of using ChatGPT to augment the campaign I'm running with my buddies in 2E. Um, yeah, so been using ChatGPT for a little while in various ways. So we've got Fantasy Grounds here loaded um, with my 2E campaign. Problem. And over here, we've got ChatGPT 3.5 loaded. And currently, we're in a campaign with in Hamlet, first to second level characters. Dive into Greyhawk, placing it, of course, in Greyhawk. And I really want to flesh in the politics more and the factions and NPCs and heroes and events and locations that correspond with the great map of Greyhawk, Anna Meyer's map of Flanness, which is here. 598, I guess CY common year, perhaps, not sure. Um, but that's where we're playing. This is what we're after. And so I'm just building some help here with respect to the Greyhawk world builder. So how I'm using this is I'm creating, you can see here, I've created a personalized GPT along these lines. So I'll create another one just as demonstration how I'm doing this. So actually over here under Explore GPTs, click that, create a GPT. We'll name it, name the GPT. Imagine I'm doing this for Forgotten Realms instead of Greyhawk. Forgotten Realms, I'll call it. World Builder. Great. Okay. Description, builds worlds. Yeah. FR World Builder. Okay. What does this GPT do? I want the GPT to create color and background in the Forgotten Realms campaign setting for AD&D 2E edition. Please review politics across the world, major NPCs, biomes, locations, events, factions, and other background material. Please set the responses in the year, I have no idea, for Forgotten Realms. Let's see. Forgotten Realms year. 1357, sure, that's, okay, 13, and DR. Okay, let's do that. The year 1357 DR. We won't say in the year, but around, near the year. Near the year 1357 DR. Somehow it doesn't like spelling there. Forgotten Realms DR. Okay. That's my configure. Over here on create, basically I tell it the same thing. And frankly, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure the difference. One is kind of a wizard create. It will walk you through it, configure, kind of maybe gives you the constraints of this. So I'm going to kind of repeat this, create. I'm going to create a world builder for Forgotten Realms for AD&D 2E. I'm going to tell that to ChatGPT. It's going to come up and say, okay, yeah, the name's fine. It'll give me a profile picture. It's pretty cool. A label to earmark it. Let's see what it comes up with. It's pretty weak, but for the demonstrations, we'll say it's not. Okay. Okay, so now we get into it. So what should this GPT be about? Provide background for, not my, but a campaign of heroes. AD&D 2E. Mention politics, events, actions, locations, kingdoms, cities, major NPCs, villains, etc. It doesn't like etc. too much. What's wrong with villains? No. With villains, etc. Okay. All right, so this is what we're doing. Please offer some plot hooks for the characters and possibly some time bound events. Okay. Give it a try and then preview. All right, let's preview. Over here to the right. Tell me about Waterdeep. Initially, it gives you this crazy picture here, and it justifies the text, which will go away once you create this and make it not a draft. You can see it's a draft up here on the left, which is editable after you create it. So it's kind of not really sure what the point is, but it's spitting all this out, right? Which is great. So let's just say this is great. Let's go ahead and create this so we can see this full view. Create. Only with me. So basically we're sharing this GPT. I'll only see it. I won't send it out for a link. That can be changed later. Okay. So you can see where it's published. It's out there. Great. Updates pending. I'll update it. And view GPT. Great. Here we are. So now I can ask it again. Tell me about Waterdeep. So this is really strong, right? So you can see if you're in a game or don't have time to prep or certainly don't have detailed opinion, you don't want to wade through the crazy wikis online. This is just really great. And of course, it can be not exhaustive or exhaustive. And you can drill down, of course. So let's imagine the dragon word activation. Okay, dragon word activation reactivated. Okay. Tell me the history of the dragon word. and it's going to create some stuff here. And this could be right there, some plot hooks and some adventures. So really, really strong. Love it. So once you create and publish your own GPT, it appears over here on the left. You can see the Forgotten Realms World Builder over here on the left. So you can grab that anytime. Okay, so back to Greyhawk, because I'm not doing that. I've created my Greyhawk, and the guys are around Hamlet, and they're going to go into the Temple of Elemental Evil, but I don't want it to be a slog. I don't want to spend a year in the temple. But I do want to get in there, and so I've asked it, or I will ask it, create a reason or reasons why the party will only or can only investigate the top level of the Temple of Elemental Evil. Okay, try to clean up my spelling errors here. I have no idea why my keyboard's clicking. Figure that out in a second. Okay, so word of binding could be a reason. Hierarchical access, okay, inhospitable, yeah. Guardians of the Deep, maybe. Divine intervention is a little extreme. Incomplete map, yeah, it's kind of weak. Political complications. What are some other reasons? Cave-in, maybe? So, a cave-in. There it goes. Temporal disturbance, okay. A missing key, a magical maze, curse of binding, a sacred oath. Okay, great. Certainly one of these can be a credible reason as to why the party is going to be up top. And we are not going to go to all 4 levels. And maybe over time we will. We'll see what happens, right? It's just going to be kind of, we will see. Their decisions will dictate it. It may not just be a slog. We may have to go out and find some things in the world to get to the next levels. And time will tell. But we're not even there yet. I've mashed in this shattered circle. We're going through the shattered circle first to get their level up before we go into the moat house, actually, even, and into the temple. So we'll see how that goes. In the shattered circle, there is, in fact, a salt mummy. So pretty cool. What we can do there is, I don't have a picture of the salt mummy. It didn't even make the book in 2E. It was before anyone's time. So let's create a picture of a salt mummy for AD&D 2E. All right, well, I don't have to say that because I've already made it a constraint of this. So it knows the reference here is AD&D 2E. Not that the picture matters too much. Create a picture of the salt mummy. We'll see what happens. So, of course, I do have Midjourney, and I use that. But considering not using it, I mean, the $10 I pay a month is kind of, I know it's powerful, but if I can get this along with my ChatGPT, and this is free, by the way, this is the 3.5 version. I do have the 4.0 version, the payable version. But I'm doing this just on the free version here, so all this is free. So cool. Okay, so great. Now let's see a full body picture. So slowly just kind of tweak it to how it is, how you want it to be viewed. I'll have to put them underground because the default seems to be above ground here. Okay, cool. Outside of a cave. Not bad. Okay. Can we make him more threatening? Pretty chill dude here. Make him more threatening with claws on hand. See what we get. All right. Better. Certainly too Freddy Krueger-ish. Yeah. Okay. A little extreme on the claws, so great. Reduce the claws size. See if it will do it. Now we got to put them underground, because that's where we're going to encounter this guy this week, tomorrow night, in fact. Well, I'll wait to publish this after, so it'll be, we did encounter it. Okay, pretty cool. It's pretty good. I like it. So let's, great. I don't know why I tell them great, but positive reinforcement even for AI is probably not so bad. Great. Now put the image underground in a salt mine. Okay, so we're nearing the end here of the salt mummy creation. What I'll do is, of course, I will save it as an image. All right, good enough. It will evoke the image. So I'm going to right-click on the picture, save image as. Okay, not very helpful. Call it salt mummy. I have it defaulted to save in the default for these kind of pictures is into my campaign actually, which I clear out from time to time. I created this one with Midjourney, but this is great. This is a cheap version of this, so I'm going to save it. Call it Salt Mummy 1 since I already have another Salt Mummy. And there it is. It's in the campaign file. So now what I'll do is I'll go over to Fantasy Grounds, menu, under Assets. Of course, this is the 2E version where I have the, it's a drop-down menu instead of the far right justified menu. So the menus are here, Assets, let's refresh the assets. Okay. And now I will, no, I closed that. Images, fresh, just for fun. Campaign. Single click, just takes a while. Okay, there it is. Salt Mummy 1, there he is. So I'm going to click that, create map record. And here he is. So, by the way, Fantasy Grounds Academy in Loren has got, he's been doing a lot of publishing on ChatGPT, doing a great job with that. So if you're not checking out Fantasy Grounds Academy and you're doing Fantasy Grounds, definitely check that out. He's been on a tear, publishing a ton of things, creating lots of videos, so it's great. In fact, the next thing I'm going to show on ChatGPT, I got completely from him, which is really great. All right, so we'd save this, done. And so I would push this out to players. If there's a player here, I'd share the record with the players, and this would push out to anybody at the table. Pretty cool. All right. So this is, yeah, so this is the Greyhawk Builder. Tomorrow there is going to be a scene in the game where there is going to be two guys fighting. And they'll be encircled by a ring of people cheering them on or cheering against one of them. and the character is going to be in that ring. And so it's a bit cinematic. It's fairly cliche, I guess, but it works well into the story where this one guy is going to challenge the another. So I'm going to have ChatGPT now describe the scene, and it will probably do a pretty good job doing it. So describe a fight lasting 5 rounds between 2 chitin warriors. One is Vlad, the other is Saitan. Okay, it's a fight. They are surrounded by cheering chitins supporting Saitan. The party heroes are also in the ring watching, supporting Vlad. Midway through the fight, someone from the ring shoots a small dart into Vlad, slowing him down, causing him to ultimately lose the fight. Describe. All right, let's see what it comes up with. It's cinematic, is what I'm going for here. And this, this is if it's decent, I can just cut and paste this and put it in the story. Okay. All right. Maybe a little wordy. I might have it redo it just with a few less words. But pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Vlad fueled by the support of the party heroes. No, I mean, that's not the vibe I'm going for. I'm not, it's not like a football game where these guys are cheering. It's really a hostile environment. The heroes are pretty much kind of silent and overwhelmed because they are 5 and there's 100 other people, against them. So I'll have to do that. But this is exactly the kind of thing I want to do. And imagine I want to draw some of this language here and describe the fight. I would highlight it, I'd right click, I'd copy, I'd go back to Fantasy Grounds, bring up my story. Here's the story for the Shattered Circle that I am putting into Fantasy Grounds. And I'd add an item, and I would call this like the fight or something, whatever I'd call it, right? And then I'm going to Control V, and there it is. It is absolutely right there. Now I've been coding this Shattered Circle 0.02 second level, and this is outside the city, so city's like 46. 46, I'd say 0.01. All right, the fight. And here it is. And if I wanted to make this, I can read this to the characters, or I can push it out as a chat box into the into the chat here. So pretty cool. just click on that. There it is. Click. There it is. Okay. So that's a pretty cool way to cinematically describe something that's happening. You can let ChatGPT do it. Or you can calm it down on its poetry. You can increase it, whatever fits your style, because it will learn. So this is a really pretty cool way to use ChatGPT. The other thing that Loren brought up on Fantasy Grounds Academy, which is really useful, is dice roller list. And so these are lists you can come up to create tables really quick in Fantasy Grounds. As an example, because they don't come easy, right? Imagine my party's getting to first, second level, third level, and the magic items have been pretty weak, but they're not far from some big cities, and there are some wizard shops and adventuring shops in those cities that have such items. So what I can do is create a table, um, create a list of this, and I will show how. Let me do that. Explore ChatGPTs, my GPTs. I'll go in and show you how this is configured real quick. All right, so this is the language that I've used, and again, I would encourage anyone to watch the Fantasy Grounds Academy videos, but basically I just put instructions. Dice roller list is expertly crafted to create detailed rollable lists for AD&D 1E, 2E. You could do 5E if that's what you're playing. You could do Pathfinder 2E, whatever, etc. Okay, Greyhawk, whatever. All this is, yeah, so what? This is all a description. The important thing is right here, each entry is meticulously numbered in a 2-digit format and separated by pipe symbols for straightforward dice roll referencing. Okay, so that's important for the import side of things. So, what we want to, and we call it a list and not tables because you can import it in this way. So I need to create an adventure shop list. So I'm going to say create a list of adventuring gear. I want to say magical because it's easy to find the other gear. Create a list of magical adventuring gear. Using 25, we'll call it 25 items from levels, let's call it first to fourth. Okay. Create a rollable list of magical items, 25 items. We'll use die 100, right? We'll let each item 25 be 1 through 4. Let each item be 1 to 4. See what happens here. Okay. So it's giving me plain text here. Okay. Interesting. 4.0, it's not plain text, but okay. All right, so what I might want to do here is just copy this, right? So I'm just going to, maybe I copy code here. I'm just going to do it old-fashioned way and copy it. Control C on my keyboard. I'm going to come back over here to Fantasy Grounds. I'm going to go to table. Okay, here's a table. All the tables I have. Down here, the 3 hamburger, blue, import text. You want to make sure delimited is highlighted, pipe is highlighted, table ranges in first column is highlighted, and that's it. I'm going to put my cursor in here and Control V. Okay. I see something I missed. We'll call it adventuring gear. Import. See what this looks like. Yeah, so here we are. So here's adventuring gear. Pretty cool. And we want to make this 00. Okay, great. And now, and I need to go back up here and custom put the dice in here. It's going to be 100. So I grab the 100. I just drop it into here. So now I can roll this table 25. And this is dust of disappearance. Great. So how I would use this table potentially, the party goes into, say, the town of Verberbonk or Greyhawk or some other place. I might decide that the adventuring gear is standard, but depending on the size of the city, they may have up to 10 items, maybe 5 items, maybe 3 items. And I'll roll on the table to see what they have, right? So maybe the shop's got 5 items. I would go ahead and quickly roll. Okay, so these are the things they may have in the back. What I failed to do was add pricing to this. So I want to go back and just with the click of the button, redo the table and include pricing. Okay, there we go. Just like that. If you want to get rid of the descriptors, it's kind of long. We can lose the description. Just tell it, eliminate the description. It's kind of wordy. And there it is, much cleaner table. So I'd go back, highlight this. And this is, I want to label the table appropriately. Copy or Control C, either one would work. Okay, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to import a new table. Let's see. What's up, buddy? You don't feel good? Okay. Go lay down. Okay. Perfect. Okay, save. Good. And now this table is good to go. So these are the big ways using ChatGPT to help. So hopefully that helps. Have a great day.